Hello students, myself Rajesh Kumar Sharma, your biology teacher. This is our third lecture for class 9th. Today we are going to discuss difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. As we have discussed in our previous lecture about features of prokaryotic cell. Today we are going to discuss difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Let us start. First one, prokaryotic. In case of prokaryotic cell, size of cell is generally small, 1 to 10 micrometer, while in case of cell size of eukaryotic cell is more than 10 micron or 5 to 100 micrometer. In case of prokaryotic cell, true nucleus is absent. DNA lies directly in the cytoplasm. Nuclear region is devoid of nuclear membrane. But in case of eukaryotic cell, a distinct nucleus is present which is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. In case of prokaryotic cell, only single chromosome is present, and in case of eukaryotic cell, many chromosomes are present. In case of prokaryotic cell, membrane bound cell organelles are absent, while in case of eukaryotic cell, membrane bound cell organelles are present. Cell organelles are those structures which are present inside the cytoplasm, like mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, chloroplast, lysosome. These are cell organelles which are found in cell cytoplasm. Clear? Smaller and randomly scattered ribosomes are present in the cytoplasm. In case of prokaryotic cell, ribosomes are bigger, can be free or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. One thing, listen carefully. In case of prokaryotic cell, the ribosomes are 70S type, while in case of eukaryotic cell, ribosomes are 80S type. Nucleus is absent in case of prokaryotic cell. Nucleolus is absent. Nucleolus is present in case of eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell example, bacteria and blue-green alga, while fungi, plants and animals are example of eukaryotic cells. Other than this, there are 1-2 features more which are molecular level, that is histone protein that is absent in case of genetic material of prokaryotic cell, while histone proteins are present in case of along with genetic material in case of eukaryotic cell. And cholesterol which is present in membrane, that is absent in prokaryotic cell, and cholesterol is present in case of eukaryotic cell membrane. Now let us study living part and non-living part of a cell. Means what are the substances which are termed as living one in case of cell, and what are those substances which are non-living in cell. Then living part of a cell, that is cell membrane or plasma membrane, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, ribosomes, plastids in case of plants, lysosome, centrosome in animal cells only, nucleus. These are living part of a cell. Now non-living part of a cell. Cell wall in plant cell, vacuoles, granules, fat droplets. These are non-living part of a cell. Clear? Now let us know about basic structure of cell in detail. As we have discussed basic structures of a cell in our first lecture, but here we are going to discuss in detail. What is cell? Cell is a structural and functional unit of living beings. Who discovered the cell? Cell is discovered by Robert Hooke. Who discovered the nucleus? Robert Brown. As we have earlier discussed, cell has three main parts. That is cell membrane or plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Clear? The first one, that is cell membrane or plasma membrane, is an outer selectively permeable protective covering of a cell. What is selectively permeable? Means it does not allow all substances to come inside the cell. This is selective one. Only selective substances are allowed to come inside the cell or go outside the cell. That is selectively permeable membrane. Clear? The cytoplasm lies inside the plasma membrane and contains a number of highly organized cell organelles. As we have discussed, what is cell organelles? Cell organelles are those structures which are found inside the cell cytoplasm. All these features make a cell efficient enough to interact with outer environment and carry out various activities. Each and every cell organelle has certain activities which have performed by cell organelles, and that is controlled by nucleus. Nucleus present inside the cell can be seen under a light microscope. All other cell organelles can be observed under an electron microscope. Clear? Now let us know about plasma or cell membrane. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. The cell membrane or plasma membrane, also called plasma lemma, is an outer covering of a cell and is present in the cells of plants, animal and microorganisms. It separates the cell from its surrounding environment. In plant cells, the cell membrane is surrounded by a rigid and tough cell wall, whereas in animal cells, it is only outermost covering of the cell. Clear? Now, structure. The cell membrane is a living, ultra-thin, elastic and selectively permeable membrane. As we have discussed, what is selectively permeable? Means only selected substances are allowed to come inside or outside of the cell. It is made up of lipid, proteins and carbohydrates. It has fine pores through which substances may enter or go outside of the cell. The thickness of cell membrane is about 7 mm nanometer, 7 nm nanometer. Because of this dimension, it is not visible under a light microscope. Under an electron microscope, the detailed structure of cell membrane can be seen. The cell membrane is made up of lipid, protein, cholesterol and polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are carbohydrates. Okay. In fact, it is phospholipids, phosphate plus lipid, that forms the primary structure of the cell membrane. The membrane organization of plasma membrane is explained by three models, namely lipid model, lamellar model and fluid mosaic model. Out of three models, the fluid mosaic model given by Singer and Nicholson is the most latest and accepted model of the cell membrane. Clear? Now, what are the function of cell membrane or plasma membrane? Plasma membrane is selectively permeable, so it regulates the entry and exit of substance in the cell. It gives a definite shape to the animal cell. Third one, it provides protection to the internal components of the cell and protect them from injury. Fourth one, it allows the flow of substances and information between various cell organelles within the cell as well as between one cell and another cell. It is flexible enough to engulf large molecules and food particles. Okay, in our next lecture, we will discuss movement of substances through plasma membrane. Okay, thank you.